Hello there folks and welcome to part 14 of our Ashes Cricket 2009 playthrough, and today we carry straight on from where we left off at the 13th episode. So if you haven't watched that, I recommend you go and do so. But for those of you who did watch that 13th episode, you remember that the controller disconnected, as it does pretty much once every episode. Get that out of the way here. That Australia are down to 122 for 7, and as it stands, Australia need another 188 just to stay in this match to avoid a bye-innings defeat. So we're going to carry straight on from where we left off. Flintoff and Broad are bowling in the bowling attack. And we're looking to get the wicket of either Brad Haddin or Nathan Hauritz. Brad Haddin would be a great wicket to get because he's really the only batsman that can last the test of time. Get him out, and that's the key to getting all the other guys out. Or alternatively, Brad Haddin will try and put a good total on and then get through his partners, which of course means getting them on strike. But the Aussies are cleverer than that. They'll try and keep Brad Haddin on strike. There's not too much we can do about that. That's more of a batting ploy that they will use to get him on strike. But where we do have one of the tail enders on strike, be that Hauritz, Hilfenhaus or Siddle, we will bowl relentlessly at them to put them under pressure and hopefully get them out. But those are going to be the first runs of the day. A good boundary there for can't get my words out. Good boundary there from Brad Haddin. Ultimately, as I said last episode, Australia have just got to go for it here. They need another 180 odd. Haddin's the key man. Hauritz, Siddle and Hilfenhaus aren't going to get 190 between them. So he's got a big task on his shoulders. Another 4 there, so we're going to have to analyse what we're bowling. But yeah, he's got a big task on his shoulders, really, to head this attack and try and get a ton, really, because that's one he needs. Because, as I say, the other 3, it'll be a hell of a lot of pressure on those who aren't batsmen to get there, ultimately. As I said, we've got time. We've got plenty of time to wait. Hopefully in these 10 overs we bowl today, we can get through the attack. But they've played quite well, really, in this short partnership they've had. Haddin and Hilfenhaus, so I can't complain. It's not Hilfenhaus, sorry, it's Hauritz. Could be telling the future there, with perhaps Hauritz getting out and it being Hilfenhaus next. But a decent over from Flintoff. 8 off it. Good over from Haddin, but crucially, Nathan Hauritz is going to place the next one. It's Stuart Broad who comes in for that over. We saw one Stuart Broad over beforehand in the last episode. He bowled it fairly well. Ryan Sidebottom coming off a brilliantly successful stint. But ultimately, you've got to rotate the strike with these bowlers because they do get quite tired. But Flintoff just come back in, hence why it's Flintoff and Broad. And if needs be, we can reintroduce Anderson at some point as well. And maybe even some spin. But when we use that spin a little bit early on, that's a no ball. That's a little bit disappointing. Again, just trying to change the angle of that ball late on. You get a little bit distracted, of course, if they get ran out here, then it's out by any other method. And they stay in. We tried spin with Graham Swan. It didn't work. We got a run out, but that was more by Australian stupidity than the quality of bowling. It's just not the wicket for a spin, it doesn't seem. So fast bowlers are the way to go, and we've got 4 of those, and 2 of those performing very well with the wickets, and we know that from history that Broad and Anderson can get them as well. So 4 balls into this over, just the 3 runs conceded from that no ball. Try a little off cutter here. Maybe a little bit outside off stump. Oh, he's tried that. It's very much a cut, very lucky cut there. But goodness me. Oh, they've just gone for the single. They have just gone for the single there. A little bit of a fumble. But they went for the single, and they got away with it. Let's try and bowl this at the stumps, and then spin it back out again. Ooh. Did it hit leg first or bat? It must have hit bat first. That was a little bit of a potential for LBW. But another over gone. Good stuff from Stuart Broad. Only 4 conceded off it. Again, doesn't really matter about maidens and all that here. It's all about stopping them before they get to 3-10, and then we've won the match. So run rate isn't something we need to concern ourselves with massively. Just playing those balls that tempt the Aussies, maybe get a few runs off them, and maybe have 1 too many aggressive swings, and then get out. 176 though the total they trail by now. 2 defensive shots from Hauritz. As I said, they're playing well, these 2 are. They've got a good partnership going. I need to be careful that we don't get too into this partnership and we can't get a wicket because they get too comfortable. I don't know why we've gone for an LBW appeal there, because it was a straight ball way outside the off stump and we weren't interested. It's purely because it hit his leg that Codemasters thought, oh, we'll show a little bit of an LBW animation because we put it in the game, so why not? But decent shot there from Horitz. Just a single, though. Gets him off strike, and Brad had him for the last few balls of the over. But I've got a little bit of a worry here that these two might well prove to be a little bit of a... Oh, that was a dreadful one. I always forget when you go for those reverse shots that you have to, I think, press B or something to bowl it. Hence why it was a no ball by a mile there. Oh, good shot from Haddin. Another boundary. As I said, I'm not surprised he's going to go for these chances. You just need to bowl a few tempters. And that's the only way they're going to get it. If they're going to defend all the time, it's going to be the odd chance they get that wrong. You've got more chance of getting a batsman out if they're trying to be aggressive. But this balanced field, I think, definitely restricts runs. We've got a few slips. Lots of fielders to the leg and offside. It's a good balance, as suggested by the name. But Australia up to 140 for 7. When did the last wicket drop? It was at 110, so they've got a partnership of 30. Not the biggest, but certainly respectable. We'll try Broad for one more over. He's not really done much in his 3 over stint. He has kept the run rate down, but again, we're not really looking for that here. We're looking for wickets. And Stuart Broad hasn't got one yet, but he's got another over to prove himself at least. Or it's back in again. We're just going to bowl this nice and straight, full toss. And just a defensive shot there. Well, it was a little bit of an attacking shot, I suppose. But just didn't carry. Full toss, he had to hit that, but as I said, it was a bit of a defensive shot, just pushing it outside the wicket. Not really much else you can do from a full toss, unless you really want to defend. And that can go horribly wrong if you miss time it, you can be clean bowled. But he's gone for that, to be fair to him. Good shot. Are they going to go for 2? They are going to go for 2. Wrong end, wrong end. Ah, that's annoying. Wrong end. It happens so easily. Always missed that one. But he's inside the crease.
And from another angle.
So that's absolutely fine. As you can see, nowhere near the wicket. A lot of these aren't. As I said, we're just going to try and get them outside the off stump. Give them a little bit of a swing. And then get them out. But if that doesn't change, of course, we will start bowling a few more of those balls that try and force wickets. I thought I put my iPad on silent. Obviously not. Apologies about that. But we have gone a little while, as I've said, without a wicket, so starting to get a little bit apprehensive and worried now. But hopefully that breakthrough will come sooner rather than later. But 4 overs gone. We've kept it fairly consistent. I mean, Haddin starting a little bit of a charge. He can become the highest scoring batsman in this innings, which isn't really the biggest accolade, but still it's nice to see. Horitz, Nathan Horitz, on 8 runs off 26. Really the defensive man, but Brad had him back on strike for this Flintoff over. Got to make the breakthrough at some point. But they're just happy to defend here, as I don't blame them for doing. They've got to get to 3-10. The way they've got to do that is take their opportunities when we bowl bad balls and just defend the rest, which is exactly the same as what I'd do. So I completely understand that. Going to take a chance here. Gonna have to take this to the top, I would say. Again, wrong end. It can be so misinterpreting and confusing. That's just not out. But it seems that bottom to top you can get there a lot quicker. So non-strikers end might be the choice for a few at some point. We'll have to have a look, but it's just a little bit about luck sometimes. Run outs. A little bit of an in-swinger. He just defends that one. But we're getting through the overs a lot quicker than we got on the last episode, it's fair to say. I mean, we've played nearly 5 overs in 9 minutes, whereas on the last one it took more like 18. Which is just proven by the amount of wickets. But a good 4 there from Haddin, again, taking opportunities when he can. And this partnership seems starting to get fairly solid now. Haddin, of course, contributing most of the runs. But Horitz doing his job at the non-striker's end. But as I said, it's just making me worry a little bit now. Yes, he's going for it a little bit more. That's the intention. Are they for 3 here? I wouldn't think so. No, just the 2. And that's the 150 up. 150 for 7. Brad had him batting very well, and we've come across a stumbling block here. Definitely have. And we're going to bring Jimmy Anderson back into the attack. The highest rated bowler for us. And let's see how he gets on. Let's bowl a bounce to start the over. Just a single, I think, there. Does that get Horitz off strike as well? That'll annoy me if it does. Oh, it does as well. That's really annoying. Didn't think too much about that one, really.
Well, that's a very difficult one. My greatest all-time.
Just a defensive shot from Haddon. Again, he's batting very well. It's going to be a struggle to get him out. He's the real spearhead, and really, as I said, he's took that on very well, and he's got a lot of responsibility on his hands. And that's a great shot. Well, we wanted Jimmy to come back in and get a wicket, not concede the first 6 of the episode. Goodness me, that's a great shot there from Brad Haddon. It's is it a full toss? Yeah, it's a full toss. Great shot, though. And he's nearly at his 50 now. That's, as I said, not great for us. But if we can get his opponents, not his opponents, sorry, his partners at the crease a little bit more often, then I think we should be alright.
Batsmen are looking for 2.
No, that's not out. Don't know why they appeal some of these. Seems silly. Not the cleanest of overs from Jimmy. As I said, we need to get... Really, I think at this point we need to get Brad Haddon's partners out. Unless he starts batting a little bit stupidly. But based off what he's done so far, I don't see why he would. But 6 overs in. No successful wickets so far. It must be nearly 10 overs since we took a wicket at this point. I mean, Brad Haddon's faced 48, Horitz 27. So yeah, it's got to be virgin on that, I would say. It's a little bit disappointing. We'll bring Sidebottom back into the attack, actually. See how he gets on. He's been lethal so far. See if he continues that form. A few runs here. Might just be the one.
Batsmen are coming back for 2.
We'll take the 2 though here. No, that's not out again. It's fairly close, but it's just not, doesn't suffice with a third umpire review. It's just silly. Horitz into the 10s though. He's not been a mug. He's done a lot better and been a lot more careful than some of his contemporaries. Oh, that's a no ball. It's a shame. One more to Sundries, classic. One more to Sundries. Admittedly, I used to think that said one more to St Andrews. But I was about 8 at that time, so cut me some slack. But Australia, to be fair to them, that total is starting to diminish for what they need to catch up to us. Again, I'll stress it again, they need another 150, 200 at least on top of that, because of course, whatever they get on top of that 310 is what they will be sending us in to get. Again, I can't see them getting it, but to be fair, if this wicketless run goes on a little bit longer, they might be able to. Never say never, especially after that Ben Stokes thing, which was a week ago. That Ben Stokes innings, a week ago today, actually. Solid shot, but we'll just get to that one. So just 2 off the over, not expensive at all. And just the 2 off Nathan Horitz. And he's batted that over quite well, which shows he's got the potential to bat out overs, which isn't great for us. But as I said, it will come at some point. Going to bowl around the wicket here. Just something a little bit different. And first ball off, it hasn't really worked. This isn't going to be a run out at all. They're going to get back for 3, I would say, quite easily. Yeah, he dives in, which means he's not going to go for 4. And that's Brad Haddon's 50. Well, fair play to him. Fair play to him. A little bit of a shorter ball. Again, don't know why. I mean, Ian Bell, I think, who's there. And credit to him, he's done very well the rest of the day. I don't know why it takes so long to get to the wicket. I mean, if you'd have got that straight away, then that probably would have been out. But they're so exaggerated about picking the ball up, then they have to swing it at the wicket. Just throw it at the bloody stumps. Deary me, but Horitz on 13. Yes, as I said, this total's starting very slowly, though, to get smaller and smaller, and well, Horitz batting well as well. I mean, 4s and 6s. Boundaries are really going to help the Australian cause. But they have got to 50 partnerships. 61 this partnership's been now. A real crucial one in potentially. Meaning that we don't get this, but a very good start from us nonetheless. Ball quite worn at this point, so what can we play? What's What's the best sort of thing to play? And interestingly, Jimmy, not the fastest at bowlers. And he's not the fastest batsman either, but not the fastest bowlers, only 76 mile an hour. Is his potential with a straight ball. That's a great, fantastic ball. 74.3. Really strong. Try bouncer then here. The opposite, and he's just missed that one. Not interested, and that's another over gone. 8 overs in here, not took a wicket. A little bit disappointing, but Brad Haddin gets to his 50. And perhaps it might be time to try spin again. But we're going to try someone different. KP got 5 wickets in his career up to this point. He's quite a handy spinner, to be honest. And yeah, let's see if we can take the wickets this way. It's certainly worth it for a few overs. The fast bowlers, yes, they're limiting the run rate, but at the moment they're not getting any runs. They're not getting any wickets, sorry. 2 defensive shots from Haddin so far. This one a little bit close to the middle stump. Oh, what's a good shot, to be fair, from Haddin. Does that get him off strike?
Looking for 2.
Just the 2. Good catch by Peterson, really nice. Swan must be a bit annoyed that he's not been called upon, but when he's been bowling, he's conceded a lot of runs. That's a no ball, that's disappointing. But the margin, particularly for a bowler like Peterson, of that light green line, which is ultimately going to be the best ball, is so small that it's a little bit tricky to get to it. Oh my. Well, that was a tricky one. Tricky one to get to. That green line sometimes doesn't come, and some of the catches trickier than you think. I mean, in real time, that's pretty tricky to get to. But the first opportunity in a long while to get a wicket. How much longer is it going to take to get another opportunity like that? You don't catch them all, but that's just a little bit of a disappointment, really. But nevertheless, up to yet. I mean, that's going to be another few runs, but it's only going to be 4 runs off the over, isn't it? So, Peterson, a strong over. I think he deserves a second after that over. Potentially that chance to get a catch. But yeah, a good over from Peterson there. Fairly strong. Had the 5 or 6 conceded. Bring Jimmy back in, a little bit of pace to match with that spin. I missed it. I don't know what to do if we don't. I mean, my plan was to do this episode, hopefully get the Aussies out, and then we move on to the 3rd test the next episode. But truly, I don't know what we're going to do if we don't get them all out by 45 overs in. Because I don't want to spend episodes and episodes bowling at the Aussies. I appreciate it's not the most exciting thing to watch. But you have to question what can you do? I was a little bit undecided what side to go for there. But again, this is not out. None of these third umpire reviews have been anywhere near out. So yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky one. I don't know what to do. If we get to 45 overs and don't get, especially the breakthrough here, if we don't get any of these out. I mean, I'll have to simulate forward into the next episode, but then you have the risk that, oh, by the way, we won the test. And it wasn't on camera. I mean, the last test was decided off camera with that simulated session. It just seems a bit of a shame if we don't decide this test on camera. But 40 overs gone. That is, I would guess, tea. I'd guess it's time for tea. And Australia with a good, very good actually, partnership of 68 between Brad Haddin and Nathan Horitz. So we're going to come out after tea, refreshed hopefully. Peterson will come back in for another over. He deserved another one. So that's exactly what we're going to give him.
What do you think of North London as a cricket ground?
In the north of London, of course, the home of cricket, and what can one say? This is the place that I, as a young boy, came.
Just exploring with the field a little bit.
Was getting a little bit of the grass and putting it in an envelope and sending it back to my mum and dad at home.
Catch him! Catch him! Yes! Come on! Brad Haddin's gone. Thank God for that. I said Peterson had a little bit of potential. I fancied him for another over. And Kevin Peterson takes the huge wicket. Look at that reaction from Andrew Strauss. Absolutely fantastic. That now should be what match winning. Horitz has batted well, but with Siddle and with Hilfenhaus, are they really going to get a century between them? Possibly not. Can we finish these off now? A great, fantastic wicket. I think that was the first ball, wasn't it? Is it going to carry? Is this going to carry? No, it's not, unfortunately. I'll pick it up. Come on, Brody. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Oh, I could have carried there, and Pete Siddle could have been out cheap. But goodness me, what a catch. Still can't quite believe that catch from Andrew Strauss. Brilliant reactions there. And the big man has gone. And the big man, KP, has got him. No, but it's a little bit disappointing. Well, it was a 11th wicket partnership. Or 10th wicket partnership, I suppose. 10th 11-man partnership that worked for the Aussies last time. It was that partnership just then for the 8th wicket that has really boosted them. But even though it was a brilliant partnership, I don't still think it's going to be enough. Oh, a little bit of a muck up there. Peterson should have really got there. Thank God he doesn't hit the bails this time, because that certainly wasn't out. The Pete Siddle on 4. Again, they've got to get on with it here, as I've said. They can't defend. Hey! Swing and a miss from Peter Siddle. And Kevin Peterson. I don't tend to say that things are a masterstroke from me. But I said Kevin Peterson deserved another over. And KP, although his batting was poor in the first innings, he has possibly just won this test match for us. 2 wickets, Peter does a swing and a miss so early it was unbelievable. Luckily it was one of those balls that we put to the stumps or else it wouldn't have been out. Straight to middle stump. And all we need now is the wicket of either Nathan Horitz or Ben Hilfenhaus. And we have won this test match by a colossal amount. Absolutely fantastic from KP. Oh, we've got an attacking pace. We didn't really want to do that. Sort that field out to be a little bit more defensive. I think it's balance 4. Is it balance 3? Yeah, it's balance 3. It's just because he's on a different side. That's right. Brad Haddin was left. Was he left? Brad Haddin? I'm sure he was. Oh, little bit of an edge there. We're going to bowl with these two for the duration of the episode, and some until 45 overs if we need to. I mean, you can't exactly drop Peterson after that fantastic over. Wow. Goodness me. I mean, Jimmy's not really done much since he's come in, but this might just be a bit more of a spinner's wicket now, but we have 2 spinners, Swan and Peterson. When Swan came in, he gave runs, and, well, Peterson's had 2 wickets in the 1 over. You can't really pick Swan over Peterson, purely because of that, really. Good shot, though, by the tail ender. I think it was Horitz there who's got the 4. And Australia now trail by 123. If they put a last wicket partnership on for that much, then fair enough. But let's see. Not particularly with this Jimmy Anderson ball, but with this next over from Kevin Peterson, can we get the last wicket? I mean, again, this is going to be nowhere near run out. We get all excited. Oh, if that had just gone to the non-strikers, the strikers, then we'd have got that. But Kevin Peterson, huge. And he's going to come in again. 2 wickets. Brilliant. And Nathan Horitz is the man in. A little bit of a shame. Is that... I mean... we want someone out on the boundary. Yeah, that'll do. And then for Hilfenhaus, just really get round him. We don't really need anyone. I mean, that'll do for Hilfenhaus. But we're going to bowl these really straight at the wicket now. Based off that Siddle ball. But I just think now with 1 wicket to spare, it's Nathan Horitz's job. I mean, a huge job for the tail ender. But our job is to get Ben Hilfenhaus on strike. But it's not going to happen, I don't think, against spin. Horitz is cleverer than that. He's a spin bowler himself, so he knows the mechanics a little bit better than Hilfenhaus, perhaps. Oh, LBW chance. Is that it? No, they're not interested. The umpire not interested. KP looks a little bit bemused at that. Let's have a look. Now, this surely couldn't have been far away. That's got to be plumb out, surely. Well, let's have a look at this. Well, how is that not out? How is that not out? Bewildering. Australia, get a lifeline. KP can't be distraught by that or negatively affected, but that is a con. I mean, that was plumb. Really was. I just don't get it. Very confused by that. The umpire was having none of it. If we'd have had a review to use, it would have been used straight there. Well, I mean, we would have reviewed it anyway if it was miles out, but even still, that was bizarre. Again, you don't get those chances every ball, and I just don't get why the umpire didn't flinch at that. Again, looking back at it, it was obvious that it was out. And Hawkeye saying that as well. I mean, 2 no balls from this over. Not much else. But Horwitz has survived the over so far. Defensive shot, and that's disappointing. Really is. Again, this might be a little bit of a longer video now, but I just want to get that last wicket, and I think it's going to come. Let's bring Ryan Sidebottom back into the attack. I think he can get this. Ben Hilfenhaus facing. Can Ryan Sidebottom get that last wicket? Want that balanced field, really, if we can. That's worked so well for us today. And Ben Hilfenhaus is on a dot, so we've got to try and exploit him while he's a little bit nervous. I mean, it says he's fearless there, but I just doubt that a little bit. That's a great shot, though. To the leg side. Whether that was luck or not, I don't know, but certainly one great shot there. Good defensive shot. Another one straight at the wickets. Again, another decent defensive shot. One more left in this over. Let's try a leg cutter. I mean, granted, it was a maiden over, so good in that, but Hilfenhaus has defended that.
That's a maiden.
And now it's time for KP. Can he get his chance? He got a chance last over. Should have been all out, but albeit it's not. They're still going. And it's Nathan Horwitz. Surprise, surprise, who's facing? I mean, I'm still baffled. How could that not have been out? I mean, I'd have started walking if I was the batsman. Just very bizarre. And they're just going to defend now because they haven't got the capability to score. And I think they know that it's when rather than if in terms of being out here. But I just cannot believe that that umpire didn't give it or didn't even shrug and, you know, maybe go to a... Well, they can't go to a third umpire as such, but certainly deliberate with the other umpire on the field. Fortunately, a no ball and a few runs will come from this. But as I said, it's just a matter of time really now. Again, if that had gone striker's end, it would have been out, but can't do much about that. We're going to just bowl this full. Hilfenhaus, of course, now on strike. A little bit of a weak shot, but he's done alright there. Oh, no ball. Oh, that just, well, straight past him. Pitch is definitely bouncing, so we're going to bowl that a little bit fuller. Trial by 111. Again, as I said, unless it gets ridiculous, we're going to carry on until we find this last wicket now. Which might be a spoiler for the length of the video. But I think it's going to come. It definitely is at some point. We're at drinks. Kevin Peterson off 4 overs, 2 for 19. Sidebottom the most successful. So we're going to bring him back in. It's really just a matter of time, I would say, now, before we get that last wicket. And this is all brought to a close. I don't know why this keeps going to an attacking field. But Horwitz at 31. Credit to him. He's batted well. For a tail ender. Probably given confidence by the runs he scored with Brad Haddin. But another 2 there for him. And that's the 200 up for the Aussies. Again, it might all be in vain. You have to feel sorry for these batsmen. It's not their job. And he just missed that, but it's not... it's not been bowled at the stumps. Over the stumps, and that means we have to bowl a little bit fuller. Good shot, though. We don't really want Horwitz to be facing here. We desperately, and I mean desperately, want... Oh! Oh, I thought it was going to be a misfire there. I really did, and we could have got them all out, but a little bit sloppy. Off cutter here, we'll bowl this full. Good shot again by Hilfenhaus. Looks like he's going to be off the mark.
Direct hit. Let's have a look at that from another angle.
I mean, Horwitz started coming there, so... don't know what happened there. But Horwitz, last ball to him. Oh, that's brilliant. Great shot. If there was someone out there, again, it might have been all over, but another boundary. Peterson.
That's 10 off the over.
You're really getting your Sunday of cricket here, aren't you? But as I said, I'm confident we're going to get this. Bowl full. Ooh, bit of reverse swing there from Hilfenhaus. Very fancy. As I said, patience is just what we need. Just a single so far from Hilfenhaus. Let's get a bit more spin on this. Ooh, that was close to being missed time. But there's definitely some bounce in the pitch, which makes LBW, which is probably the main way of getting these out, a little bit of a struggle. A little bit full, and oh, there's been a misfire. That's disappointing. Come on, come on! Oh, if that had been a direct hit, I think he would have been out, but no. I mean, Peterson's looking a little bit hesitant now. I think he's getting a little bit frustrated. I would be as well. I mean, it should have been all over with that wicket. I know that you can bang on about things, but that was plumb. Really was. Last ball of the over. Good defence from these two.
That's 2 from the over then.
211 for 9. Oh, that's some wind. I hope we get this at the test match now. But we're going to bring Graham Swan in. I think spin's the way to go here. It's definitely a spinning pitch. No ball to start him off. That's just great. Let's get an aggressive field. Let's just get it all round the batsman. Yes, we don't mind if he gets a few runs, but we need the wicket. At the end of the day, they're surely not going to get 98. Surely. Nathan Horwitz could get his 50. Oh, another no ball.
That's another no ball.
Did that hit the pad first? Might have done. Of course, it was a no ball, so it didn't matter. Oh. Oh.
Well, I wonder what Hawkeye made.
Just so nip and tuck now. Gonna bring it round the wicket.
Thin edge.
Just so close. A lot of these now. And it's just heartbreaking if you're so close. Particularly with that Peterson one. I know I keep banging on about it, but you get those chances really 1 in a million. And the reason Australia is still playing is because of that silly, silly decision by the umpire. But a great shot here from whoever that was. Going to take it to the non-striker's end. This could be close. This could be close. That's the closest it's been, so it's worth watching this. I mean, I think he's in, but my judgment can be crap sometimes. A good shot from the batsman here. They went for 4 runs, so they got 3 quite easily. Went to the non-striker's end. I think the batsman is in. I think he's in, but we're going to give this a look. So it comes back to Swan. I think it's just the time that Swan takes, ultimately. Yeah, he's in. He's in by a mile. It's worth having a look, though, on that occasion. And Nathan Horwitz moves to 44. Another nice shot. He's got a bit of confidence now. Again, they've got to swing for it. Completely understandable. Everything there for free. They are. This might be a little bit tighter. No, he's in again.
Another 3 onto the total.
And Hilfenhaus to face the final one of the over. And we're just going to make this full.
Oh, that's a
Great shot. Well, a little bit of confidence from these two. This could be a long episode. Just trying to get this last wicket.
He hit that with
And to be fair, they only trail by
end
86.
of the over.
Keep Peterson there, because I think Peterson's bowled well. He deserves a little bit of a run out. Not very often I favour Peterson, but he's done well today. Another no ball, that's a little bit disappointing. Just means it's one extra ball of the over to bowl. I mean, it's not great for the batsman either, but doesn't speed things up at all. That's a chance. That's a chance. No.
Let's take another look at that in
Could it be 2 in a row? I mean, again.
look at that in Hall.
Oh, that's just missing the stump. Just. So, fair play to the umpire there. He got that one right. I mean, if he'd have got that one wrong as well, it'd been ridiculous. But he's going to get a 4. And that means Nathan Horitz gets a very well-spirited 50. I only had 12 or 15 when Brad hadn't got out. But he supported his partner massively. And he's got to 50. Fair play to him. I just hope that's all in vain. Well, run rate nearly over 5 now. Impressive. But we've let them have a few runs because we want to get them out. Going round the wicket, another no ball. I mean, come on. Just striving for perfection. And we're now going to have to bowl 8 balls this over. Oh. In the air, but Broad catches it quite well. Good defensive shot. We could be bowling up to 20 overs today. Or it's on 51. Did that hit the bat? Well, that was all mightily close. 2:30 for 9 though. I'm going to bring a fast bowler in. We're going to bring Flintoff in. Just to see if we can ruffle these two. I mean, that's a ridiculous field. We don't need that many bloody slips.
The England captain's conferring with
I know I've just put it as defensive for Horitz, but that might work. No, we certainly don't need 4 slips, for goodness sake. I can't remember the amount of edges that clipped this episode. Possibly 2. So it's just not worth it, but we'll put the ball out there, try and tempt him. Swing and a miss. Ben Hilfenhaus still at the crease. Lasted longer than Peter Siddle. I wouldn't have liked him to, but that's the way it goes. We've got to work for this final wicket. Oh, good ball.
Hooking the ball can be a very risky
Just
business.
nerving him a little bit, just getting him into shape. It works.
Well.
Playing the hook shot is an interesting
And this will
one.
be if
Could be
Flintoff
described
bowls
as
another good
risky.
ball. It'll be a maiden over.
It can also be described as one of the most pleasing
Again, on the
shots
offside,
of all
very
time.
close to being
If
wide.
it's
Just to
hit
tempt
well,
him.
there's nothing
Swing and a miss.
nicer than
Maiden over.
hook a
Just what we needed.
bowler for 4,
Just to stop the rout a little bit.
the shot right.
And Peterson can come back in.
To play the hook and pull shot because
I think we'll give Peterson one more over. He's been very close.
plenty of runs to be made in that area. In
I think if he's
fact,
going to get one,
further,
this will be the over he does it.
and eliminating any shot. You've got to try them all.
Just the one?
And
Don't blame him.
your personal view of how you're going.
Don't think they'd have got there for 2.
In respect of how you're going to select your shots. And if you
Right,
don't,
let's get it all of them round
play it.
for this ball. Force Hilfenhaus into playing a shot. No ball, for goodness sake.
Problems with his run-up out there.
Actually, I mean, he can just play a defensive shot, can't he? I think we might just be worth tempting him outside the off stump. He attempted a shot there, so this is working. So we need him to really play a shot. The best one is a clip off the side of the bat, goes straight to wicket keeper, and that's match done. But we still haven't talked about the fact it could be 1-1. That'd be great for the series. But it isn't yet. That's why I haven't talked about it. And that when not if comment that I made earlier, I might be backtracking on that now. We're struggling to get this last wicket. That's a decent shot. Well, another over gone. No wicket. I think we'll leave Peterson there.
Very good over.
And, well, who do we bring in now? Flintoff, it was a maiden over for him. He's done well, and I think we will bring him back in again. I think it's got to be Flintoff and side bottom, surely. Spin was... Oh, great. We've got that attacking field, which just isn't going to work. Oh, well. Edge. Typical. As soon as I start slating the field choice, it works. But no, we're going to go for this balanced choice. Flintoff's limiting the runs, restricting the run rate, which is fantastic. But it's not getting the wickets. The only way we're going to get a wicket is if we have a really good ball at leg before wicket. Or if he swings for one and it's caught. Ooh, he's just trapped himself between leg there. It's going to hurt. That's the sort of thing we want, really. So we've got to bowl these full, I'd say. Hope for a mistake. And hopefully get him out bowled. Another defensive shot. They're not being silly now. They're just taking any opportunity that comes. And with Flintoff, that's very rare. Just a full toss outside the off stump. See if we can tempt him. We're doing to play in a shot. But again, another maiden over from Flintoff.
And the end of the over.
We've done 22 overs today. That's quite ridiculous. I can feel my voice starting to go anyway. Oh dear. Side bottom in though. Hasn't bowled for a few overs. But he's had 3 wickets today? I think he has. I think that's right. Bit of a slower ball. Ooh. Hilfenhaus just doesn't look as comfortable there.
No run taken off that ball.
There's not really been that many chances, to be fair, to get him out. But nonetheless. He's still there. I thought that might have carried then. Getting my hopes up. But didn't quite. They don't like these fast bowlers, do they? They can't score anything off them. So the only way we can get them out here is to frustrate them. It's close. And I can keep saying it's coming, but this is going to be a very much... Just wait for it. Wait for that ball, and my senses can't tell me when that's going to come. So just keep bowling them. Potentially a bit of a variation in length try, but another maiden over.
Good bowling. That's a maiden.
We'll just try, I mean, we're trying everything here. We'll bring Graham Swan back into the attack with a bit of spin. But as I've said, we're just trying everything now. I know we should be patient because it's going to come and we're going to win this match, surely. But you do get frustrated bowling and waiting, particularly as you've got all the wickets that you need apart from the last one. But that just shows Graham Swan's been a little bit wary here, a little bit lacklustre, and that's another boundary. We'd had 2 maiden overs before that. Decent shot. They're getting a little bit of confidence now, that's the problem.
Batsmen are looking for 2.
This wicket's got to come at some point. But, as I keep saying, we have to be patient. Round the wicket. Defensive shot. Good defence. Imagine if this recording didn't work now. Well, you wouldn't hear this if this recording didn't work, but I hope it does. A little bit of a shorter length. And the last ball of the 24th over. We only rarely do this in 2 episodes, but there's not much more we can do. Just got to wait for this last wicket. That's a chance. No.
Let's have a look at that again.
Well. I think that's gone. I think that's it off stump.
I wonder what Hawkeye made of that.
Well, surely I don't think it was that straight. Well, Hawkeye seems to think it is, but I didn't think it was that straight. I thought that was swinging back in, but again, another appeal that's not gone our way. Now I need to get grumpy about it. Side bottom in. Just outside the off stump. Let's tempt him.
It's gone down. They'll be gutted to put that one down.
When was the last chance we had a chance like that?
The batsman caught the edge, yet the slips put the chance down. Infuriating.
When was the last chance? You just can't repeat that. You can't repeat the batsman into playing that shot again. That could have been it. We had a few opportunities now for it to be it. Australia just getting the rub of the green. They really are. And the batsmen getting increasingly experienced at the crease.
Well, I might be a little bit biased, but I think
And this is starting to get frustrating for us now.
vital part of the makeup of any team. The more of them you can have, the more batting depth you
Maybe a
have,
slower
the more
ball.
bowling depth you have.
Slower Yorker.
Of course, all-rounders tend to be quite
Another
tough
defensive shot.
in all departments.
Could have had it that over, but albeit we didn't.
So I think that even more so these days.
We're going to bring Broader back into the attack, I think. See what he can do. Can't go much longer though, my voice is starting to hurt.
Top-end batsman to have a bit of a go, even if you lose your wicket.
Good stop.
Some
I mean, yes, good stop, but can you... Oh, hang on, hang on! Oh!
the other thing is
Misfield. Overthrows.
these days that the tail
If this wouldn't have been overthrown, would we got him?
far more serious.
Let's have a look.
And so if you have some good
Went for the one, got it.
with the
I mean, Ian Bell just like, yeah, we'd have gone. He'd have gone. Especially if it was a direct hit.
in which you play. So nothing's changed.
So hard to take, really is.
Even more important these days to have good all-rounders.
Slower Yorker, but they're fine with that. The one thing I'm not interested in is a bouncer.
There.
Because I don't think they're any... They're just not fit for purpose. Particularly in this situation. Bit of a cut shot.
Batsmen are coming back.
Again, too slow. Too slow.
They're appealing.
Too slow to get there. And for about the 93rd appeal of the day, they're not interested. It's frustrating, really is. I mean, you can only vary your delivery so much. You have to wait for that opportunity, that bad ball. Really the waiting game. Gonna bowl this full and then outswing. See if this tempts him. No. Again, defensive shot. That's the end of another over. And what do we do? Peterson's took the most recent wickets. That seems a long time ago now. So we're going to put the 5 in to potentially get the last ones. Got to vary things, because with fast bowling it looks like they're not getting the runs, but they're not really being challenged.
No run taken off that.
I think that squeeze of being with spin is harming them. But where they were, I mean, to get to 69 away, now it looks like it's going to be 67 or even less away. They're getting the total. Oh, that's going to be close. He's got to have gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Yes! Oh my God. Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
That again.
We put the 5 back in, Peterson. And that's it. Thank God for that. Full toss. Good shot. Good shot it was. But Collingwood got it. Strikers end. We made the right decision for once. And we don't need a third umpire review on that. He's out. And that is fantastic. We secretly knew it was coming, but it was a case of when, not if. It took a lot longer than I wanted it to. But as I said, patience was important. And we are right back into this Ashes series with a fantastic win here at the home of cricket at Lords. And we win by an innings and 67 runs. That has been fantastic. And I apologise about the longer episode, but we got there in the end. A massive thumbs up to Nathan Horwitz and Brad Hadding. 2 really important batsmen, and Hilfenhaus did his job, but at some point. And for an episode that started just after lunch, we are now at the end of day 2. But after 2 days, there have been over, what, 700 runs, but Australia have lost this by an innings and 67 runs. Quite the opposite to the previous test match. And we are right back in. Well, it was that first innings. It was that 120 that Australia were all out for. That put us right back in the Ashes. And going into the third test at Edgbaston, the series is tied 1 each. Unless it's a draw, which after that I can't see, someone's going to take the lead. Can we take positivity from this? Can we take the lead? Can we possibly do and replicate what we hopefully will do in real life and take the lead of the real Ashes? What do you guys think? Thank you so much for watching. It's been a real long one, but we're back on Tuesday for that third test. Thank you folks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye for now.